Technical Sales and Consulting provides basic training for many products. This program covers industrial motor starters, part of the Training to Go e-learning platform. Here are some excerpts from the module. This training program will cover manual motor starters, manual motor protectors, magnetic motor starters. It will have a short discussion covering codes and standards. We'll review the components of a starter and discuss the operation of the devices. It is important to understand the differences between line voltage and control voltage, and these will also be covered. And we'll also discuss how to start and stop the controller. We will conclude the module with a review of enclosed motor starters. Now, how is the operation of a contactor accomplished? First, the motor is started usually by the operator pressing a start button. Then the current runs through the coil, creating the magnetic force in the E-frame. The E-frame pulls down the armature through the magnetic attraction. The contacts close and the current flows to the motor. Now, stopping the motor is usually accomplished by the operator pressing a stop button. The E-frame loses its magnetic force, the spring pushes the contacts apart quickly, and the motor stops. Let's review the control diagram to see how a typical start-stop function is accomplished. The diagram shows separate control, but the control voltage can come from two lines of the power voltage or from a control power transformer as seen in our previous slides. When the start button is depressed, as shown in this diagram, it completes the circuit to energize the coil. When that occurs, the normally open auxiliary contact closes. This auxiliary is shown as M in the line diagram. When you remove your finger from the start button, its contact returns to the normal open state. Even though this opens a path to the coil, the circuit now travels through the closed M contact to keep the starter energized. The electricity flows from L1 through the stop normally closed, through the path completed when the M contact is closed, to the coil, through the overload relay control circuit, then to L2 as shown in the diagram. Pressing the stop button, as shown in this figure, will cause the normally closed contact to open the circuit, de-energize the coil, and drop out contact M. Releasing the stop button will return the circuit to its normal off state. If there is a power outage or loss, the coil is de-energized, contact M opens, and the starter drops the load off the line. When power is restored, the circuit cannot automatically restart because the start button needs to be pushed to complete the circuit. Because someone must manually restart this circuit, this can provide a means of personnel safety. Let's examine the NEC Article 430 in more detail. This diagram shows the requirements to comply with Article 430. Let's look at the individual components that can be used. The first required item is a disconnecting means. This is accomplished with a disconnect switch mounted inside an enclosure or a non-fused safety switch. Next, short circuit protection is needed. This can be combined as a switch and a fuse block in an enclosure or in a safety switch, or a circuit breaker or motor circuit protector in an enclosure, or an enclosed circuit breaker or enclosed motor circuit protector. Next, a set of contacts are needed to turn the motor on and off. This is normally accomplished by using a magnetic contactor. The code also requires additional circuit protection in the event of a motor overload. By using a bimetallic overload relay, compliance can be achieved. The overload and contactor are often assembled together as a motor starter. Congratulations! You've successfully completed basic training for starters. Be sure to watch for other product and professional development e-learning modules. Do you need your own special content developed into an e-learning module? Why not rely on our educational development experience to do it for you? For more information, visit tsnc.com/services/elearning. We look forward to helping you use our e-learning modules to make your company smarter.